Alright, so welcome back to another Pokemon Sword and Shield news and update video. So, today in this episode, we are basically going over like the latest information that we got from E3. So, and boy, we got a lot of information. So, let's get right into it. So, the first thing we want to say is that uh, Pokemon actually does have some of the notable events for like E3. So they brought in uh, the director Amori, and as well as all as usual Junichi Masuda, so who is now the producer of the games right now. So and they, of course, they showed gameplay and of the trailer uh, of the Pokemon, especially the new wild area, the actual, and they actually showcased some stuff that I didn't expect. Like the new like Wi-Fi, you know, like how we're gonna use Wi-Fi and whatnot. Connect online in general, the service in a way. That Nintendo Online, but the actual thing, with PSS and you know Festival Plaza. And this system does look promising, and I'll talk about that. But first, we gotta go over some new Pokemon and characters. So yeah. Alright, so the first Pokemon we're gonna be going over is this Pupper. And it's this guy here. So it is Yampar. Apparently this thing is the new electric type Pokemon that was hinted throughout some of the rumors. So it's pretty interesting to see that like this Pokemon has somewhat come to light. It does look like as you can see, it does look like very happy, very with his tongue sticking out, and it has a very interesting ability, as I'll showcase right here. So it does have like a lightning tail, which is kind of cool, and of course this thing does look cute. So regarding its ability, as you can see, its ability is a ball fetch. So and also you can see all the other Pokemon stats right there. I could have gone through all of them, but I think it'd be like its own video in a way, or I might cover it in a future update videos or whatever. So, but as you can see, this Yampar learns 4 moves: Play Rough, Spark, Crunch, and Wild Charge. Now, it's very understandable that this electric type Pokemon does learn 2 physical electric moves. And Play Rough and Crunch are usually attacks that are opted for, like dogs or dog Pokemon, like Mightyena, Granbull, and of course like Stoutland. I think Stoutland's a good example of this situation. So yeah, and its ability is very interesting. Ball Fetch pretty much means is that I don't know if whether this has any competitive use, but in game it does have. It's pretty much it's an in-game ability similar to Eliminate. So what it does is that if the Pokemon is not holding an item, it will fetch the Pokeball from the first failed throw of the battle. So basically, let's say if you let's say like I think this thing has to not be carrying an item at all. But if you from what I understand, so if you lead with this guy and you just throw a Pokeball against the Pokemon, against whatever you're trying to catch, and it fails, this guy's gonna get the Pokeball back. So, or what? I wonder if there's gonna be some limitations to this. Of course, like, I want to see if like, like whether or not some of the rare balls could be used. Like the Kurtz balls, like Heavy Ball, Level Ball. But this is actually really good ability in of itself. Like, I hope like this expands all balls in general, or all types of Pokeballs. Of course, Master Ball would be pretty funny, but like let's say like it'd be funny if like one of those data miners or hackers, like they just like throw a Master Ball against something that you can't obviously catch, and this thing would just get the Pokeball back, the Master Ball back. That'd be funny as hell. So yeah. So the next Pokemon on this list, as we say goodbye to our Pupper, is a Dark Fairy Pokemon. This is the very first of its kind. So it is as you can see, this thing sticking out with its tongue. Let me see name, because I can't really pronounce it. but all we know is that it's the very first Dark Fairy Pokemon. And let me see. I guess let me see what is this name because it has an okay. Its name is Impidimp. Okay, I gotta like Impid. Okay, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Impidimp. I think it's exactly Impidimp or something like that. So basically, it's a very interesting Pokemon. It's the it's pretty much like sort of like a devil slash demon looking mon because as you could see, it does have like wings, but like so it does have some wings right there. So they did make it like sort of like a mischievous Pokemon. So with like little somewhat of like pointed ears and fangs right now. So it is quite interesting. So I'm wondering if this thing gets an evolution or this is gonna get like a Sableye treatment. So because it does look to me like that. So we don't have any information about this Pokemon in general, but it is interesting that we are getting the very first Dark and Fairy type Pokemon in the games. So and of course, for those of you who don't know, that does mean that's immune to Dragon and Psychic type hits. So this thing is gonna be really interesting, especially if it has like pivot options like U-turn and whatnot. So yeah. So one thing that we also did get from this news drop is that we did get like I guess you could say like new information regarding the gym leaders, and we got like new gym leader revealed, which is gonna be the water type gym leader Nesu, and as you could see, or Nessa in a way. So yeah, like as you can see, she's holding her dive ball, and you can see like the gym stadium right there, all blue. So, and it's pretty interesting to see that like they have another like sort of dark skinned character in the games. So I think that's continuing their trends of trying to make Pokemon more diverse in a way. With introducing characters since like Marlin, Honora, Mallow, and all that stuff. Try to be more inclusive in a way. So I can see where Pokemon's going in that direction. So you just have a Dreadnought that has access to that can actually Dynamax to become like a bigger Dreadnought. So there's not much else. It does have blue hair, and everyone's already like making certain fan art of her. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. So and we did get some more information regarding the wild area. So we did get a lot of information from this section, like more interesting enough, like the wild area at the new system, wireless system we're using here. So as you can see, like in the gameplay, they showcase like how dynamic weather is right now. And one thing that I do want to stress is that like they did talk about this more. They did put an update video or update regarding like how you're gonna encounter Pokemon in this area. So in this specific part of, well, mainly the main section of the map. So so basically speaking, you're able to encounter like very high, like one thing that's gonna be okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So one thing that's gonna be like that we all know is that this wild area has a very like sort of fluctuating biomes everywhere throughout the, and one thing I've noticed is that apparently they added a new sort of weather condition. It's sort of like a similar to like adding on to rain, where they did say that they can like during thunderstorms like Pokemon like electric type Pokemon like appear more often, and also there like it may sometimes cause like electric terrain effects, so increasing the power of electric type moves. So and also like I said, like you could like because of the biomes, like depending on where you are, sometimes if it's sunny you're gonna encounter more fire type Pokemon. If it's in the sand, or if it's like snowing, you're gonna encounter rock, ground, or ice type Pokemon respectively. So basically you just gotta explore around the areas and see like what what's available right now. So they did showcase, I think, the bicycle, like the fact that you could now use the bicycle itself to like surf around, which is kind of cool if you ask me. So as you could see, you see these electrics here running around, and it again it depends. You could actually like go with you can they did incorporate both wild encounters and random encounters, and the best part is you could actually call up these Pokemon as well. So, but at the same time, you got to be very careful because, as you could see, some of these guys are actually high level. So, you could actually encounter a very high level Pokemon early on in the game. So you can see this is level 26 like strike. It's level 20 like. And you're up against you're like a Grookey or like Sobble or whatever Pokemon you have, that level 15 or lower. So already this is gonna be some very interesting like like I guess you could say like Nuzlocke right there. So you might I'm not and they did say or confirm that like from the Pokemon press that apparently you can't catch these Pokemon, the higher level Pokemon, at the very start of their journey. So they did say that like there is a chance that you find okay, it's more specifically in like the Sword and Shield website. So here's what it says verbatim though. In the wild area, there's a chance you will run into powerful Pokemon, and these Pokemon are constantly on their guard. And I think this is like more reference to the Pokemon that are in like the overworld. So these Pokemon are constantly on their guard again, and in fact you won't be able to throw a Pokeball at them when first starting your adventure. So of course I think what they're probably gonna do is probably have like sort of like gym system, like how similar to how trading battles are, trading is, once a certain Pokemon reaches a certain level, they will start disobeying you. I think they're gonna do it the same way here. And yeah, which is understandable, but the fact that you could face high level Pokemon early on is very interesting if you ask me. So I think it's actually kind of a nice like change of pace, especially now that you have access to so many Pokemon available. So yeah, so and also you could encounter some very rare Pokemon as well, like Vespiquen and Machokes. I think you could actually call those Pokemon as well. They'll just try to attack or challenge you and not. So yeah, the last thing I want to talk about, and I'll probably like make another video on another topic this soon, but the last thing I'll talk about is the Y-Comm, which is basically the new PSS or the Friend Safari. And thank God this is not Friend Safari, because this looks similar to PSS in a way. At least they took away all the sort of adventuring. Well, not the adventuring, but the whole like the limited space there in that area. So it looks like you can actually connect. When during gameplay, you could actually like connect with friends in like local their own games as well. Like you can actually take part in their own games, and if you see them in the wild areas or in another place, you could give them items like like similar to what they did in Festival Plaza. They might give you items as well. So like I remember how they just gave the player like a sack of potatoes, which is like, well, that is the most British thing I've ever seen, or maybe Irish. I don't even know. So, but as you can see from this screenshot, you could see that your certain friends you register are like taking part in battles or doing whatever they want. So you could take part in of course single battles like link battles, trading and whatnot. So at least they made it a little bit more simpler. At least you could trade in the overworld now instead of just taking the extra step to with Festival Plaza, they overcomplicated it. Like now, more than it should, and I think that's a good step in the right direction. Again, we don't know exactly how you can connect with other people, but from what it looks like, it's kind of like mixing the best of not Friend Safari, but Festival Plaza, the best of it, and what PSS was originally. So hopefully this is a good system that we could use from here on out for the rest of Gen 8. So as you can see, you could also like seek out like battles, so, or you're gonna seek out max raid battles and whatnot. So yeah. So I think that's all I'm gonna have for this time. So that's all the information we have. I did neglect talking about Dynamax and max raid battles, but I want to talk about that section of the news in a different video. So because there is some stuff that I do want to cover regarding Dynamax Pokemon and max raid battles, because that might be the new another new battle format as well. So I want to make another dedicated video for that. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and found this informative. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So peace.